Good evening and welcome to the Catholic Focus, your trusted window into faith, society and the environment where values meet action. Today we shine a spotlight on a nation rising to heal its land, from river cleanups to reforestation drives, from climate calls to the corridors of Parliament. We bring you stories that shape Kenya and stir the conscience. With sign language interpretation by Ken Mwangi, we begin with the story of hope flowing once more in one of Kenya's most polluted rivers. Now, signs of life are returning to one of Kenya's most troubled rivers. New findings suggest efforts to clean up the Athi River are beginning to pay off, but environmentalists warn there is still a long road ahead. Our reporter Maureen Kimani has more from 14 Falls, where local communities are taking action.
The Athi River, once teeming with life and lifeline for farmers, herders and families, has been choking under the weight of pollution. But a new report shows a glimmer of progress. Thanks to tighter government regulation and persistent grassroots efforts, Edward Chule from the conservation group at Kapiti calls the findings encouraging, but is not celebrating just yet.
Kuna utafiti tunafanya wa association inaitwa Fresh Water Watch, na wametupatia niite tofuti ama niite something online ya kumonitor the quality of water. Tulianza 2023 December, na up to now tumefanya around 17 events za kupima maji. Tunapima maji once every month. Now we have seen consistently maji inaendelea kuimprove. The quality of the water is improving, especially so in terms of nitrates and phosphates.
Despite the progress, the numbers are sobering. 25% of water samples still show signs of pollution, and nearly every site tested, 97% shows contamination linked to urban and agricultural runoff.
Ile bado imebaki ni plastic pollution. Bado there is a lot of plastic pollution, and this is because it's from Nairobi. Na tunaona serikali ikitia mkazo na itie pesa katika hii effort ya kuconserve, iondoe plastic. Plastic is the biggest ISO, is the biggest polluter, na ndio inamaliza our environment.
In a symbolic act of hope, dozens gathered at the scenic 14 Falls for cleanup and tree planting drive organized by Ananas Mall.
And if you look at it, it has options. You can plastics are separated from paper and metal. So we want also people to be sensitized to know that rubbish should be disposed in an organized way, so that plastics can actually be collected by those that want to recycle them. Metal can also be collected by those that need them. And so this is we thought as a mall that it would be a good idea to donate this dustbin.
Business leaders, residents and conservationists say protecting the river must be a shared responsibility. For local diver Joseph Gitau, the river's decline is personal. He's seen fish disappear, tourist numbers dwindle, and farmland slowly lose its productivity.
Kitu ya kwanza sisi wenyewe tutakuwa tumefaidika. Juu kama ni maji, tutakuwa tunatumia kama venye inastahili. Kama ni kuoga, kufua manguo, si wenyewe yani tuko na shida hapa Kenya. Na hii maji kutoka penye imetoka, kutoka Gong penye imetoka, hii maji ni safi. So tunashindwa hapa hivi hapa kwa njia, kwa nini inachafuliwa? So tungeomba watu wanachafua hiyo maji, tuseme ni kama wachawi tu wale watu wenye wako chini.
While the other rivers revival has only just begun, conservationists say it proves that with collective will and sustained effort, healing is possible, even for nature's most battered treasures. Reporting for Catholic Focus, I'm Maureen Kimani.
Well, and as the late Pope Francis reminded the world, we are all stewards of creation. The future of Athi River today and our environment depends on what we do. So let's roll up the sleeves and make conscious choices and take bold steps to restore the planet we all call home. Now, across the country, Kenya's World Environment Day with renewed calls for tree planting and climate action. In Murang'a and Kisii counties, government officials, students, and stakeholders led colorful events aimed at raising awareness and action on this year's theme, Beating Plastic Pollution. Geoffrey Omare reports.
In the lush green island of Murang'a County, the beat of drums and the rustle of leaves mark the rhythm of the World Environmental Day. Government officials, students, and local have turned out in large numbers, not just to plant trees, but to plant hope.
Today we are commemorating the World Environment Day world over, and with our theme being Beating Plastic Pollution. We all understand the problems we've had with plastic worldwide, and today is basically a day to remind people that we need to do away with plastics and find solutions towards plastic pollution.
And the solutions, they say, begins with action from the scenic Migingo Island, where over 200 tree seedlings were planted to the compounds of KMTC Murang'a, and the message was clear: every tree matters.
Na leo tumeanza kwa kupanda miti. Kuna pale Murang'a, Migingo Island, tumepanda around 200 tree seedlings, na pia tumekuja hapa KMTC kuendeleza upanzi wa miti. Alafu tukitoka hapa tunaenda pale Ihora Stadium ambapo tutapea, unaona in our midst tuko na students, pia tunataka tukimaliza tuwapatie miti waendeleze upanzi wa miti shuleni zao.
From ward representative to county administrators, leaders emphasized nurturing, not just planting of trees, highlighting fruit trees as a dual benefit for food and climate resilience.
Tuko na upanzi wa miti, tunasema ni kukuza miti, tukisema ni kupanda miti hatutakuza. Hasa kwetu kama county tunatimiza kila wadi iko na kiwango yenye inapandwa, na tunaendelea kuwahimiza hata wakaaji, sio tu wanabunge, wakaaji waendelee kupanda miti, na sana hata miti ya matunda.
Kila chief amepewa target yake ya miti ambayo atapanda kwa wingi, kwa sababu miti ni uhai. Miti ndio inatusaidia kuweza hata kupata mvua, na baada ya kupata mvua utapata kwamba tutaweza kuwa na mazao na nchi yetu itaweza kuwa free from hunger. So siku ya leo ni siku ambayo sisi wote tunasherehekea, wakati ambapo tumeungana tukiweka jambo hili ama tukilipa kibao mbele tuweze kupanda miti. Wito wangu kwa wananchi wote ni kwamba kila mmoja wetu mahali alipo ahakikishe kwamba anapanda miti, hasa wakati wa mvua ambayo inayokuja. Najua tushapanda miti mingi kwa msimu wa mvua ambao imepita, na hata huu ujao tuhakikishe kwamba kila mmoja wetu amepanda mti mmoja, miti miwili, mitano, haina limit, tupande miti kwa wingi.
With Murang'a aiming for 134 million trees by 2032, forestry officers are urging residents to keep up the momentum, one seedling at a time.
We know the trees have economical, environmental and also social benefits, na tunahimiza Wakenya wote pahali wako waendelee kupanda miti, iwe ya kienyeji, iwe ya exotics, iwe babu ama fruit trees, ndio tuweze kutimiza 15 billion. Na within Murang'a County our target is 134 million seedlings by 2032, na siku ya leo hiyo miti yenye tumepanda tumepanda towards achieving our Murang'a County targets.
Even learning institutions like Murang'a KMTC are joining the charge, pledging to nature every seedling planted on their grounds.
Noble idea, na tunawaahidi ile miti tumepanda hapa michache na mingine tunapanda pale nyuma, tutaichunga na next year mkikuja mtakuta kama imepanda. So even in our campus, that is one of our performance targets.
And from the central highland of Murang'a to the vibrant hills of Kisii County, the same environmental spirit is alive and growing.
Kwa kubit plastic pollution, lazima tukuwe na njia mbalimbali ya kuweza kutekeleza hayo, na kama Kisii County Government tumeona ni vizuri under the leadership of our governor we have a material recovery as a Kisii County, a material recovery facility where we can be able to manage our waste. Tunafanya segregation ndio tuweze ku manage our waste vizuri, na ndio nataka hata wananchi wajue ya kwamba kama Kisii County tumesonga mbele na kuweza kuweka hizo waste bins kila mahali bali kila mtu ataweza fikia, na ndio tunaona siku ya leo kusherehekea hii siku kubwa ya mazingira, watu wajue ni njia gani mwafaka tunatumia ili kuweza kumanage our waste vizuri.
The Environment CS emphasized that climate change must be fought not only with the tree seedlings, but also with informed waste management practices, starting with households and extending to national policy. From Ranga to Kisii, the message from this year's World Environmental Day is unmistakable. Protecting the planet is not optional. It is urgent, and it begins with you. Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, my name is Geoffrey Omare.
Well, thank you, Geoffrey Omari. Of course, indeed, protecting the environment is not optional. It is urgent. Now, from the counties of Murang'a and Kisii, we refocus our shift to the Kakamega County, where artisanal miners in Kakamega and residents of Busia County have been urged to take a proactive role in environmental conservation as authorities and advocacy groups raise alarm over pollution and degradation caused by mining and plastic waste. Here is Cynthia Cheng with that report.
Was made during a sensitization and tree planting exercise held in Ikolomani, organized by Solidaridad organization in partnership with Rising to Greatness, Augustine Masiga of Solidaridad and Sharifa from Rising to Greatness emphasized the urgent need for safe mining environments, especially given the widespread use of chemicals in gold extraction processes.
We are also conducting sensitization on some of the other environmental challenges that miners face, like plastic wastes, the issue of mercury management, and also on the issue of gender and social inclusion, especially at mine sites. Mining in itself is a destructive activity to the environment. And over time, we have realized that places where mining has been done, there is a need for rehabilitation. We thought it would be prudent that we urge miners to plant trees, and therefore that's why we have come to help them. One, initiate the aspect of tree planting, and secondly, inform them that whenever they have done their mining activities, they need also to rehabilitate those places.
Western Region Mines Officer Job Onsomu stressed the dangers of deforestation and chemical usage in small-scale mining.
Ili eneo la Kakamega kuna shughuli nyingi sana za uchimbaji, na hizi shughuli wakizifanya huwa wanatumia different machinery ambapo zingine zinatumia those refined fuels kama diesel na petrol, na kama vile tunajua petrol ama diesel huwa ikichomwa there is a lot of carbon emission, inatoa ile hewa ambayo tunaita carbon dioxide. Na hii carbon dioxide ndio huwa inatumika na miti katika ukuaji wake, katika photosynthesis ya kile chakula ambacho ama zile minerals ambazo miti inachukua kutoka kwa mchanga na pamoja na kutoka kwa hewa. Kwa hivyo hii miti ambayo tumepanda itasaidia sana kwa kiwango kikubwa kusafisha mazingira kwa ili eneo la Kakamega na dunia nzima kwa jumla, ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba tumetunza mazingira kwa kizazi kichacho.
Patrick Ligami, National Vice Chair of Artisanal and Small-Scale Miners Association, ASMAC, pointed out that trees are an essential resource for miners, yet mining often leads to environmental destruction.
So what I'll say as a chair in this particular county, we want to encourage all miners to do afforestation, to do reforestation, to do silviculture, to do civiculture, so that wherever and whichever opportunity we get, we're ensuring that we are replenishing the trees that we are using.
Meanwhile, in Busia County, residents have been urged to collaborate in efforts to curb the inflow and spread of plastic materials that are reportedly entering the region through porous border points from a neighboring country. Assistant Chief Patrick Walobwa echoed the concern, sensitizing locals on the long-term damage caused by plastics to soil, water sources, and public health. He urged close cooperation between residents and the local administration in managing the waste problem. Both initiatives highlight the growing concerns over environmental degradation in Western Kenya, the urgent need for community-driven solutions to restore ecosystems and protect public health.
Kuna mbinu ya kupunguza matumizi ya plastiki, kuna mbinu ya kubadilisha matumizi kutumia vyombo ambavyo si vya plastiki. Alafu pia kuna mbinu ya kubadilisha vyombo vya plastiki ifanye kazi nyingine kando na kazi ya awali. Pia kuna shughuli ya vyombo vya plastiki ambavyo vinaingia nchini kutoka katika nchi jirani. Ndio tunavitumia, lakini katika kudhibiti mahali ambapo inaelekea katika mazingira hatujajifunza kudhibiti. So tumejifunza kudhibiti ili kuelekeza wananchi waelewe kwamba mazingira ni mema tukiwa hatuna vyombo ambavyo vinachafua. Plastiki inachafua mpaka kwenye maji, inadhuru samaki na vyombo vya majini. Inadhuru hata kwenye soko, kuna kurupuka wa magonjwa kutokana na plastiki. So nimeomba jamii yangu ya Esikoma sublocation jumuike kwa pamoja tuhakikishe kwamba plastiki katika mazingira yetu tunatoa kabisa. Kuna ile mamlaka ambayo inadhibiti ushirikiano wa mataifa ya Afrika Mashariki. Kwa hivyo unapata plastiki zinavuka mpaka upande wa Kenya kutoka Uganda, lakini hakuna sinikizo la kuzuia plastiki katika kufika Kenya yetu. Kwa hivyo tunajaribu kudhibiti, lakini inakuja na kuwa zaidi ya nguvu zetu wanadamu.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I am Cynthia Achieng.
Thank you very much, Cynthia Achieng. Now let's focus the Catholic Focus to County 006, where residents of Taita Taveta County have been urged to take the lead in cleaning and conserving the environment as part of a broader campaign to combat the effects of climate change and promote sustainable living. Gabriel Makoma reports.
Taita Taveta Deputy Governor Christine Kilalo has emphasized the importance of responsibility among citizens. She has urged residents to take decisive action to end the careless disposal of waste in both urban and rural areas.
Tukombolewe na tubadilishe nia na mawazo yetu na matendo yetu. Najua hata kati ya zile changamoto tunazopitia ambapo serikali inapitia ya kwamba hakuna vifaa vya kutosha, bado tunaweza kuona dalili ya mabadiliko makubwa kabisa if katika ngazi yetu ya kibinafsi tutakuwa tumebadilika, na katika maeneo yetu yale tunafanyia kazi tutakuwa tumebadilika. Kwa hivyo mimi narusha changamoto mwaka huu kwa ajili ya munisipa zetu Mwatate, Voi na Taveta na hizi CBOs ambazo zinaelekeza wananchi katika hali ya kutunza mazingira. We are going to set an award system ya kuangalia ule mji ambao ni msafi zaidi.
At the same time, a call was made for the community to fully participate in environmental conservation efforts in order to protect public health and ensure that future generations find a clean and safe environment.
So, kama county tunatengeneza pia sheria ya waste management ambayo pia itatuwezesha kutekeleza hayo kwa mujibu wa sheria. Manake tunaona tumetembea sote leo na tumeonelea kwamba kweli tunachafua mazingira yetu. So saa nyingine inapaswa tuwe na sheria ambayo inaweza kuwa enforced ili ukikosea pia tuweze kukuadhibu. Manake saa nyingine tukiambiana tufanye kwa roho safi inakuwa saa nyingine ikubembelezana haitusaidii.
Tunafaa tuchukue hilo jukumu la kulinda mazingira. Kwa hiyo kama saizi hata ni mizo yetu sana kwa vijana wazidi end plastic pollution.
Tunatakana to end plastic pollution. Hivi ni kwamba ni jukumu la kumaliza uharibifu wa mazingira, uchafuzi wa mazingira kupitia plastiki. Maana plastiki ni chombo ambacho kinatumika kwa mambo mengi, lakini sana sana kinakuaga kwamba hakiwezi kufanya ile decay ama kuisha ama kumezwa na mchanga, kikakuwa mchanga ama kikakuwa rotuba. Hivyo ni kwamba kinaachilia chemicals tofauti katika michanga na basi kuharibu mazingira zaidi, hasa zaidi katika maeneo ya maji. Maana kesa zingine zinabebwa zinapelekwa katika maji na zinaleta uharibifu zaidi. Kwa hivyo himizo langu kubwa sana katika jamii ni kwamba tuweze kuhakikisha tunatumia plastiki, lakini pia tuweze kuzitupa katika njia inayofaa, mahali panapofaa, na pia kama unaweza tumia chombo ambacho utakitumia tena.
Gabriel Mokoma, Taita Taveta.
As the debate on Kenya's 2025-2026 national budget intensifies in Parliament, concerns are emerging about transparency and accountability in the allocation of funds. Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has called out the Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi, accusing him of allocating billions of shillings without a clear implementation plan. Reporter Rufina Jebchumba now brings us the details from Murang'a County.
As the 2025-2026 budget debates rages on, a heated spotlight has been cast on the allocation of public funds. Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro is now accusing Treasury CS John Mbadi of misallocating billions of shillings to what he calls phantom votes, funds that exist on paper but lack a proper implementation framework. Among the questionable allocations, Nyoro says, is the funding meant for public primary education. He claims that instead of channeling the usual 5 billion Kenya shillings for day-to-day running of schools, the funds have mysteriously been classified under national examinations.
Pesa ya capitation katika ile budget ililetwa na National Treasury katika bunge. Pesa ya capitation was not enough. Ya primary school, ya secondary schools. It wasn't enough. But even more astonishing, pesa ya examination, there was nothing. It was zero. Sasa, wakajaribu wakafanya ukarabati kidogo. Ile capitation haikuwa inatosha, wakakata zaidi bilioni 5. Ikapelekwa katika atidio ya examinations. And examinations in Kenya require 11 billion Kenya shillings. So I want to request the policy makers in this country, let us not make a budget of lying to ourselves and lying to our development partners. Tunataka tutengeneza bajeti ambayo tunaonekana hatukopi sana, but we are just postponing the problem. When we give examinations 5 billion shillings, and we know all of us, ya kwamba exams Kenya, it will require 11 billion Kenya shillings. We are just telling the invigilators, and we are just telling those who will be marking, that there is no money to pay them.
The legislator made these remarks during the opening of newly built classrooms in Murang'a South, questioning how the government intends to meet its education goals if funds are misappropriated.
Ningeuliza, even when we are doing policies around institutions, tusifanye ile ina favor sisi katika siasa yetu ya hiyo wakati. Institutions like KRA, institutions kama zile zingine zote, wacha zifanye kazi yao professionally. Currently, there are laws in Kenya that protect every Kenyan when it comes to their data. We cannot afford then to open that floodgate. Kazi ya KRA inalinda mabiashara na kazi yake ni kuokota kodi kwa sababu nchi itaenda mbele. Lakini hawezi pewa ruhusa ati sasa watakuwa wanachukuza Mkenya kila kitu ambaye anafanya. They must have limits. Every institution of government to have limit within their mandate. Ndio maneno hiyo ikae sawa sawa.
Other leaders at the event echoed his sentiments, urging Parliament to scrutinize the budget for further to protect public interest.
Hata kupeleka walimu wetu huko nje kumamotivate ni kitu mzuri sana ambayo imeinua masomo hapa kwetu Kiharu, na ambayo watoto hao wetu wakisoma vizuri tutakuwa na watu wa muhimu sana kwa katika hii constituency yetu.
We had 753, which is 30.18, which is more than a third of our students from Murang'a going to university. Of course, that number comes from Murang'a High School, Mobi. But we have a big chunk of day schools, and I have said the last youngest registered school called Gekuo took 7. That's a day school. It's not Murang'a High School. And of course, there are the Maragis. Maragi, you took how many? 15. So these students are not in those big schools. If Maragi took 15, Gekuo took 6, 7, that is already 22 in 2 schools, and we have 28 day schools. So you can do your mathematics and see how the day schools are able to replicate all these things.
As pressure mounts on the National Treasury, calls for transparency are growing louder. The question remains, will Parliament tighten the loopholes, or will Kenyan taxpayers foot the bill for poor planning? Reporting for the Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I am Rufina Chepchumba.
Thank you, Chepchumba. Now, quite a perceptive question right there. And the national budget is expected to be tabled for final approval later this month. And all eyes now remain on Treasury CS John Mbadi and the Budget Committee to address the growing concerns from lawmakers and education stakeholders.
Matthews beat other 3.
Now on to the sports news. National Cereals and Produce Board men's handball coach Brian Matthews has been crowned the SJAK Betika Coach of the Month for May, following an exceptional unbeaten run in the Kenyan Handball Federation League. Our sports reporter Deborah Mwania has the details.
Matthews beat other 3 nominees to scoop the prestigious award, walking away with a personalized trophy and 100,000 Kenya shillings cash prize.
Yeah, I'm happy to win this trophy, but not forgetting the coaches who made it possible for us to push a notch higher. And it's not only, the win is not only for me, it's also to the other coaches who are aiming higher than to dethrone us, and not forgetting the team, resilience, management imetusaidia sana tusukuma hapa, federation imetusaidia kuweka structure ile kila kitu inaendelea vizuri. Thank you to SJAK Betika for this initiative. Coaches wanatambulika sasa na wanafahamika.
Under his leadership, NCBA went unbeaten, clinching the league title with decisive victories 33-28 against Equity Bank, 35-30 over Ulinzi, and emphatic wins over Wakanda and Mountain Prime.
He's putting handball on the map, I think, with everything that he's doing, and we are very proud that, like Greg mentioned, it's not about football and rugby, the sports that we know. We are happy that SJAK is going everywhere to every sport and looking for the best amongst the coaches. I think he has emerged the best because he had a very good run in the month of May, and now that he's won, we hope he'll keep winning and eventually will put handball on the map.
The second place went to Francis Baraza of Kakamega Homeboys, whose team maintained a perfect winning streak in the FKF Premier League, beating Posta Rangers, Mathare United and Kenya Police.
We are very excited as SJAC to be part of this. This is our third award. This is the May award. And I remember during our launch when we were signing this contract with Betika, Coach Matthew was there. He graced the signing of the contract. And I remember him promising that he'll win more accolades this year. And true to his words, he has already won the May one, and I hope he can win more. And I really want to thank Betika for this partnership. Without them, we could not be having this. Asante sana, and congratulations, Coach Matthew. Thank you.
Patrick Sang, coach of DCI's women volleyball team, placed third. He led the side of their first ever Kenya Volleyball Federation National League final with major victories over Kenya Prisons and Post Bank. For Captain TV, I am Deborah Mwania.
Great, and congratulations are in order to Brian Matthews and all the nominees. Kenya's sporting talent continues to shine thanks to passionate coaches across the board. Now, Harambe Stars, Kenya's national football team, is back in action this weekend. The Stars are set to face Chad in an international friendly match this Saturday, June the 7th at the Marrakech Stadium in Morocco. The fixture is part of the team's preparations for upcoming international competitions as head coach Engin Firet continues to assess his squad. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Kenyan time. Take a look.
The mood in camp is great, and every player that has been selected is trying to give his best. I think they're giving us a very good headache as the technical bench about who to select to start the match against Chad. So everybody's raring to go. Everybody is showing the coach that they want to represent us come the 7th against Chad. So as I said earlier on, it's a good headache for us as the technical bench. We have selected the very best at the moment, and of course, as the coach said earlier on, there's more room for players to come on board. So the ones that have been selected this time round have got a very, very good opportunity to show the coach what they've got so that they can be part of the team going forward. That does not shut the door. The national team is always a revolving door. Any player that is still doing very well out there, I'm pretty sure is going to catch the eye of the coach and will be part of the team going forward.
I'm happy about that kwa sababu ilikuwa nika dream. Niliwork here for long and nilijua one day lazima nitachezea my country, ni represent the highest level. Kwa camp hakuna asini, yani nimeona vitu different kwa sababu si kama kwa club. So si tuko happy, tuko na umoja na tumetrain kwa pamoja, tunapendana. So sote tuko hapa ku represent our country na hakikisha mashabiki wetu kwenye mpo tutawapatia hiyo results yenye umetegemea ama unatarajia kutoka kwetu.
All right, and that's where we wrap it up on the Catholic Focus this evening, a bulletin where action meets awareness and the gospel echoes in stewardship as we prepare for a greener, fairer Kenya. Remember, creation is not inherited from our ancestors, but borrowed from our children. And of course, from the hills of Kisii to the bustling streets of Nairobi, the riverbanks of Kakamega to the plains of Taita Taveta, and from Muranga's highlands to Machakos drylands, counties across Kenya stood united in this World Environmental Day that was marked yesterday under the banner Beat Plastic Pollution. The message is clear. The time to act is now. Let's clean up, scale down, and step up for a cleaner, greener Kenya. Thank you for watching. My name is Asasha Elizabeth, and on behalf of our sign language interpreter Ken Mwangi and all who contributed towards the success of this bulletin, I wish you a great evening.
You are watching Capuchin TV. For any complaints, comments, or compliments on our programming, you can either write to us on info@capuchintv.co.ke or you can call us directly on 0717 424 866. Your complaint shall be addressed within 7 days. Remember to keep a copy of your communication with us. Keep watching Capuchin TV, your Catholic identity. Join the Catholic University of Eastern Africa Choir for the annual charity golf tournament in support of the Cardinal OTUNGA Memorial School Fund. Your swing can change a life. Every shot helps provide education to deserving students. Happening on Friday, 6th June this year at Sigona Golf Club. The tournament will be flagged off by Most Reverend Philip Subira Anyolo, Metropolitan Archbishop of Nairobi. Entry fee is as follows: single entry player 3,000 Kenya shillings, football team 10,000 Kenya shillings, and dinner only at 2,000 Kenya shillings. Want to play or sponsor? Contact us today. Call Dr. Mary on 0722 895 791 or Ruth on 0735 725 598. Support via Mpesa through Paybill number 400200, account number 01129005722203. Why join? Enjoy a day of golf, fun, networking, and most importantly, empowerment through education. Catholic University of Eastern Africa, consecrate them in the truth. Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.
By the right, about 10. By the left, quick forward, move.
Every Thursday at 5 p.m., Capuchin TV, in partnership with Mama Africa Secondary and Junior School, proudly presents Paroko na Parokia, your favorite community show shining a light on institutions transforming lives. Located in the heart of Nanga Village, Gatanga Sub-County in Murang'a County, Mama Africa is more than just a school. It is a home away from home.
So our school is mixed day and boarding.
Mama Africa has been a blessing to me. It's been like a family to me since Form 1 and now I'm in Form 4.
Tunawatunza vizuri na tuna uhakika kwamba wale ambao wameishi mahali hapa wanaweza kusema ya kwamba wanatunzwa vizuri, wanakula vizuri na afya zao zimedumishwa.
Want to learn more?
Call us today at 0721 587 999 or 0712 900 947, or send an email to mamaafricasecondary@gmail.com.
We have several clubs at school. The most vibrant is journalism club.
School has provided us with the efficient equipment to motivate us in our talent.
Mama Africa Secondary and Junior Secondary School, affordable school, transformative education.
Is generally the entire country, because currently we have students from Eastern, we have students from Western, as far as Bungoma and Kakamega. We have students from Rift Valley, Narok, Nakuru.
Don't miss Paroko na Parokia this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. only on Capuchin TV. Transforming lives through quality education, one student at a time.
Okay, we have a library full of books. We also have a computer lab and an ICT room that assists us in terms of teaching. The teachers normally make use of the computers so that they can be able to teach the learners.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly.
As the sun rises, so do we, as we trust it to rise and set without any worries interrupting your day. StarTime's home solar solution with solar panels, hybrid inverter, and lithium battery, powering your prosperity and happier life, empowering you to do the things that really matter. A complete and reliable home solar solution. Call us today. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
Hi, I'm Aisha Wankio, and Mata is my #1 hospital. My encounter at Mata Hospital was actually so far my best, because you see, when you enter the doctor's room, the doctor is just ready to listen. The doctor is warm. The doctor is kind.
We have a wide range of inpatient and outpatient services, including accidents and emergencies, offering services for both children and adults.
And I would wish young people could come here too, so that they could feel how I felt. That's why I keep coming to Mata over and over and over. Their services, top notch.
Mata Misericordia Hospital. You matter to us.